What's up? What's up? What's up? It's your man Chazz Ellis once again giving you the information that you asked me for. Make sure you go to the ChazzEllisProject.com, get that consultation, quick question, or you can just make a donation to help us keep going. Also, make sure you check out the live stream tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's called How to Resuscitate a Dying Relationship. Also, go to Ask Chazz Ellis on Facebook. Be a part of some of the discussions that we're having. Check out the Chazz tags, some of the videos that I post, some of the quotes, stuff like that. Check that out, Ask Chazz Ellis on Facebook. Anyway, there's a question that I actually get a little of all the time, but this is somebody really asked me. They were pretty passionate about it, so I wanted to go ahead and answer it. It was a lady who was saying, why is it that guys just seem to hate single mothers? She was like, every time I deal with somebody who I think is really about something, it's like they just don't really want to be with me as soon as they hear that I have kids. It's like they hear I have kids and they just go head the other way. So basically, I wanted to give you guys a little bit of information on why single mothers get a bad rap. So these are the top 3 reasons why single mothers get a bad rap. Number 1 reason why single mothers get a bad rap is, and I know some of y'all get upset by what I'm saying. Hopefully, it might make you upset, but hopefully you get mad and you think, and it might help you change some of the stuff so you can do a little bit better and maybe have, a better long-term prognosis. Anyway, one of the biggest things is I call it the bad neighborhood theory. It's like, have you ever met somebody and you thought they was pretty cool, and then you find out they was like from a really, really terrible neighborhood, and you kind of start thinking to yourself, is this person going to be like some of these other people that I know from this neighborhood? Are they going to rob my house? Are they going to do this or that and the other? And it's not because you really don't like the person. It's just because you don't know them very well and you don't know how much of that neighborhood is in them. And it's because of the representatives of the neighborhood. Well, single mothers are basically like people who are from a bad neighborhood. A lot of them are really good people, but unfortunately, the representatives of the neighborhood generally are pretty messed up. And as a matter of fact, whenever they represent the neighborhood, they're usually doing something that's pretty messed up. Have you noticed that? When you mess with somebody or you watch on television or something like that, you see somebody from a really bad neighborhood. As soon as they punch somebody in the face or they shoot somebody, they shout out their neighborhood. Yo, I'm from this hood. Yo, bro. They start throwing up signs and stuff that are from their neighborhood. Right? So, automatically, in your mind, you say, damn, I don't ever want to go to that neighborhood because that's a horrible place. And then when you meet somebody from that neighborhood, you automatically say, are they going to shoot me? Are they going to punch me? Are they going to try to kill me, rob me, steal my stuff? I can't be dealing with this type of crap. I want to live. I'm choosing life. So you stay away from people from that neighborhood in general. And generally, when you meet somebody from the neighborhood that's actually a good person and that's about something, are they usually shouting out the neighborhood that they're from? It's not that they're ashamed of it, but 9 times out of 10, they're not going on. You don't see Harvard graduates talking about, yeah, I'm from this hood-ass neighborhood and, constantly talking about it all the time. They might write a book about it or something like that, but when they go to a job interview, they say, I went to Harvard. They don't bring up the bad neighborhood they came from. And that's kind of the problem when you see single mothers. It's like most of the time when you see somebody doing something really messed up, it's like, and I'm a single moms, and it's always somebody that's, doing something like really bad. 9 times out of 10, that's also used as an excuse for bad behavior. Well, I'm a single mother and I can't get a job and I can't do this and I can't do that because I'm a single mother. Well, that tells other people that because you're a single mom, you're the same way, even if you're not. And unfortunately, what a lot of people don't do is they don't separate themselves. If you want to be successful and you're coming from a bad neighborhood, you have to separate yourself from the mentality of that bad neighborhood. Basically, when you go to a job interview, you have to make it. You have to, and it's not fair. I'm not saying it is. It's not fair, but you got to go out of your way to not seem like you're from that bad neighborhood, or that you're the type of mentality that they would expect from the bad neighborhood. It's like, race is the same way sometimes. If you're white, people automatically just assume you're racist, even though you're not. You might be like, I'm not racist. What the hell? But everything you say, you kind of have to be a little bit careful of because people are going to think you're racist. If you're black, people automatically be like, oh, you're a thug or whatever. So you automatically have to go a little bit farther out of your way to make sure people don't think that about you, or they can see that you're different from the mentality that they would expect. So is it fair? No, it's not fair, but you have to understand that when you are a single mother, you are coming from what people would consider a bad neighborhood. They're thinking of the lowest common denominator when they think of you. And that's unfortunate, but that's just the way it is. You have to be cognizant of that and say, okay, I'm going to make sure that I'm not doing anything to necessarily connect myself to that type of mentality to the best of your ability. The number 2 reason why single mothers get a bad rap is because you are running a campaign against yourselves. Here's what I mean. Think about this concept. You live in a bad neighborhood. Being a single mother, that's the bad neighborhood. Okay, but you often run a campaign against yourselves because for whatever reason there is some sort of allegiance and loyalty to that neighborhood. So when something happens, a lot of times you basically identify with the neighborhood that you're from, even though you don't carry the mentality. Here's what I mean. Somebody says a story like, oh man, this girl tricked this dude into taking care of a baby for 12 years, turned out not to be his. And you say some stuff like, well, he should have wore a condom. If she thought the kid was his, then he should have wore a condom. That's it. That's his fault. Or, oh man, this girl just took she's getting $10,000 a month in child support from this dude. Well, he shouldn't have had a baby by her. I want you to sit here and think about this for just a second. Basically, what you're telling people is women and babies equal trouble. Wait a minute. You already have a baby. So you're basically telling people being with you is trouble. You can't get mad when they take your advice and don't go to your neighborhood. That's basically like saying a shop gets robbed in your neighborhood and you go, oh, well, they shouldn't have come over here. You know what? You're right. I'm not going to build my shop in your neighborhood. Thanks. I'm going to take your advice. You can't get mad when people take your advice. If that's your go-to move to say, oh, he should have wore a condom, oh, he shouldn't have got pregnant, shouldn't have got her pregnant, well, guess what you're telling them? That don't go to your neighborhood. You already have a baby. So anybody who deals with you is basically like they took the condom off and had sex because you already have a baby. That means you've already got the equation that you said was trouble. And guess what? For a lot of y'all, you have a good relationship with your baby dad. For a lot of y'all, your baby dad you may not even be around him and he's not paying child support. He's not going to jail. He's not getting in trouble. You don't even bother the dude. So why are you saying you should have wore a condom? Why are you saying don't have a baby? That's not true. You should have said don't have a baby by her. You should have been like, the thing is, when you come from a bad neighborhood, you have to make sure that, like I said, you separate yourself from the bad neighborhood. So if she's sitting there going, oh, well, he's taking $10,000 worth of child support out of this guy, he's like, look, if it was me, I would just take whatever I needed. I wouldn't try to do something like that. Oh, I can't believe a woman would try to trick a guy into taking care of a baby. She should go to jail for that. When you start talking like that, it tells people that you are totally opposite of that mentality. It doesn't tell them that this is the mentality of everybody from this neighborhood. I'm going to give you one that I know you'll understand. Okay, you come up to me and you say, guess what my girl is going through? She just got pregnant by this dude, and he just said he's not going to take care of the baby. And then I go, bitch should have been on birth control. What do you expect? He shouldn't have to take care of the baby. Should have been on birth control. That's what you get. Now, if I sat here and said that, obviously, if you have even the smallest amount of sense, you ain't never going to have sex with me, and you're never going to get pregnant by me, because even if you did and you told somebody that story, they say, well, what did you expect? He just told you he wasn't going to take care of the baby. Didn't he say that the old girl should have been on birth control, and that's her own fault? Okay, that's how he thinks. So basically what you're telling them when you say, oh, well, he should have wore a condom. Oh, well, that's his fault. What you're saying is baby, woman equals trouble. I think the same way. If you were to have a baby by me, you'd be in the same boat. So basically you're running a campaign against yourself. You're running a campaign against mothers. A lot of women don't realize that when you see a guy getting half his money taken by a woman or whatever, and you say, oh, well, that's his fault. He shouldn't have did whatever. Okay, what you're doing is you're running a campaign against marriage. Now you're confused that the dude doesn't want to marry you in the future. Well, you just said you'd do the same thing. Why should he? You have to understand, smart people with options think ahead. The reason why you might keep attracting ignorant, lame-ass dudes or people who have nothing going for themselves is because what you don't understand is that you're telling them if they go to your neighborhood, they're going to get robbed. If they go to your neighborhood, they're going to deal with heartache and pain. Smart people don't go to places like that. That's why they're successful. Because people who are successful people think ahead. So you have to understand that basically what you have to do is make sure that you separate yourself from the mentality. Don't get caught up in making it seem like that's you and that's what you're about. Because in a lot of cases, that's not even what you're about. You don't do any of those things. You wouldn't do any of those things. So get out of that programming to defend that bad behavior and say, whoa, let me separate myself like a man generally would do. Any guy that, if you show some guy doing something disrespectful to a woman, first thing guys do, oh man, I can't believe that he would do that. And the guys that don't do that, you see girls going, okay, I don't want to deal with him. So make sure you don't seem like you have the mentality of the bad neighborhood. Here's the last one. The last thing that gives women, single mothers, a bad rap. And I know this is going to hurt some feelings. It's probably pissing people off. Dissing your baby daddy. I want to let you understand what you're doing when you're saying that. When you talk about your baby daddy's worthless, he's nothing, he's a piece of crap, he doesn't do anything for your kid, he's this, that, and the other. The more you talk bad about this guy, the more you are basically saying that you don't have any value, or that you give yourself to people who have no value, thereby devaluing yourself. What you're saying is, hey buddy, college educated dude with a great job, making good money, who's really responsible, come on over here and take care of the kid that I had by this thug, worthless dude who didn't do anything for me. Come take what he discarded. This man doesn't even want me, and he's worthless, has nothing going for himself, but come on and take care of me and his responsibilities. Come be with me and love me, even though basically I give myself to the most worthless trash on the planet. So come pick that trash up and pay top dollar for it. I know that might sound harsh, I know that might sound mean, but I'm just letting you into the mentality. I'm telling you something that people won't tell you on television, that they won't give you a book about. I'm giving you the real so you can understand it and you can benefit from it. The truth of the matter is, a lot of y'all shoot yourselves in the foot because basically you tell every guy you deal with that your ex was worthless, and you talk down on that guy so much that the only kind of guys that are really interested in that are mediocre people who are trying to seem better by comparison. The top-notch people, people that you really want to be with, they see that and they want to run the other way because they're like, wait a minute, I didn't go get this degree and get all this money and all this stuff going for me so I can get this other bum's leftovers. I want somebody who's better than that. Because basically what you're saying is he got the version of you that was free with no kid, and now I got to take care of you. And you're a child by him. That's messed up. And when you got, that's why like if somebody's married or something like that, a lot of times a guy will, a woman who's got kids in a divorce is on a higher level than a woman who didn't. It's the reason who didn't get married. Because it's basically saying, well, he married you. That's what he had to do to have a baby by you, was marry you. So even if he was lesser than me as a person, he went the last mile. And I don't know if I'm willing to do that, so I can't really down it. So that's what I'm saying is, make sure that you don't down yourself by downing your ex. Make sure that you, especially when you got multiple kids by the person, because you got to think, people are going to say, what the hell's wrong with you if he's that bad? Why you have 3-4 kids by him? So get that in your mind. If you can build a good relationship with your ex where he's helping you with the kids, even if the dude ain't even paying child support, heck, at least he's taking the kids and he's making it look like he's got value for them, so it makes it look like he has value for you, and it puts you on a higher level. I know that might sound mean. I know people might get upset that I'm saying that, but I'm just kicking the real to you. Hopefully I helped you out. Once again, it's your man, Chazz Ellis. Make sure you like and subscribe. Also go to the ChazzEllisProject.com. Get access to the live stream tonight at 8 p.m. Also, get that consultation or that quick question. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share with a friend. Peace.